Mukhtar Idris. But which Mukhtar Idris will show up? He's had his fair share of injuries, a little bit inconsistent, but he is strong and fast. Bjorn Gulden, the CEO of Adidas. That's all. Bjorn Gulden will be the starter. The athlete's ready on the line. The breeze is still with us, unfortunately. It's not a warm morning, but none of them feeling the need for hats or gloves or anything like that. It's not that sort of cold. It just takes the edge off what would otherwise be perfect conditions on this really quick circuit. Look out too for Rodrigue Quinzera, making his debut, the Burundian. He's in great shape. 27.04 in Valencia just recently. That was back in January when he finished in 4th place, and then 8th in the World Cross Country in Bathurst back in the middle of February. And they're away, they're racing. Now, just to put things in context, we're looking here for a 12.50 is the target time. That means 2.34 per kilometre. The world record is a tantalising 12.49 by Berhanu Adagawi. That was in Barcelona back in December 2021. And I'm rejoined in the commentary box by Haile Gebrselassie, who I know will be watching this one with intense interest, knows a thing or two about 5K racing. Haile, did you do many 5Ks on the road?
I can say one maybe.
One maybe, yeah.
Not so much.
I bet it wasn't rubbish though, was it? What was the time?
No, it's too fast. When you run a road and no 5K, it's too fast.
Well, I can tell you, Heidi, that we've already had 2 world records today. We've had world under 20 records. So Getachew, Seniat Getachew set a world under 20 record in the women's 10K of 30.34. And that win just now in the women's 5K was also a world under 20 record. So those 2 youngsters, juniors, are going to get $30,000 bonuses. That's not a bad day's
that's
work.
Wonderful. Congratulations for them. And again, now this is the final one.
Yeah, it is indeed. Back to the racing, and the pacemakers will do a good job here, I'm sure. There's 2 of them out there in the yellow vest, of course. You can see Yomiv Kejelcha there in the centre, Haile. He's a special animal. I mean, he's run 3:47 for the mile. He's under 27 minutes for 10,000. He's got that range, a bit like you.
Yeah. Yomiv, as you know, just the last some years, just he's doing very well. I think, today, we expect a lot, from him, and things doing well, and wow, that's something good today, just if we can see something, at least, fast race.
To the left there is Bereket Batebo Nega. He's just 18 years old, the Ethiopian. His personal best 13.33. We're looking, remember, for each kilometre here to be 2.34. That's coming up very shortly, so we'll keep you abreast of those splits, of course, as they come through for us. Let's see what happens as they reach that first kilometre point. It will be any second now, and it will be quick, I'm sure. Right. He should be going through 1 kilometre about now, and it's come up as a 2.32, Haile. 2.32.
Yeah, super fast. Wow, wow. They are 6 seconds inside the world record in this pace, and but a little bit too fast. But it's okay.
Maybe too fast, but maybe they had the wind behind them a little bit on that
section,
and it's slightly downhill, I think, that first
yeah. Maybe that's another reason.
But they are hammering it out here. Birhanu Bailu of Bahrain expected to be amongst the favourites. But look, Haile, 3.5 minutes on the clock, and the field is pulled right apart.
Yeah,
it's so fast.
Now this is really a right thing to do, just from the athlete side, because you have to be like this, just if it's a 5K, what you need to waiting. Pacemaker doing a good job. I think. Hey, look at the pacemaker and the.
Yomiv looks very relaxed, doesn't he?
Yeah,
in the middle there, in the white, with the sort of white cut-off tights. He won last year in 12.53, so close to the world record. He was the winner last year, and he's come back for more. And we understand is in fine fettle. 1 pacemaker gone. Bereket, an interesting character, just 18 years old, Haile.
Well, what I see, from Bereket's side, just he's bothering, Yomiv, because Bereket, I can see, he's struggling,
but he's looked like that from the word go. He's just an aggressive, awkward-looking
runner.
Very
aggressive. You see, it's sometimes just this kind of athlete disturbing, just the pace, and
the other pacemaker steps aside. It's down to these guys. 4.5 minutes on the clock, and the pacemakers are gone. That's how aggressive it is. That first kilometre, remember, 2.32. That's almost 4-minute miling pace.
Yeah, exactly. Well, amazing today.
So quick, and yet a big pack there. I can see Mukhtar Idris towards the back. He's in there.
Yeah, Mukhtar Idris, there, and for him, a little bit too fast, the 5K. But Yomiv is doing well. As you see, just right now, was just the race between well, it's a time.
Well, we're waiting for the 2 kilometer mark to come up. They should have passed it by now. And there it is, 2:39, that second one. That is not the best way to get to 2K in 5:12. A 2:32 and a 2:39, that's too quick. A couple of 2:34s would have been better. So 10 seconds outside world record pace. But the important thing, Haile, is that Yomif Kejelcha looks very strong. He's bouncing, he's moving well, and he looks confident.
The style and everything, from his side, really good. And a well-experienced athlete, and he can... he can do anything what he wants, just in this stage. But he needs, just somebody to help. Now he's by himself, and you never know about the rest. Later on, if he's alone, it's hard, just to keep, pacing. Well, still he's doing well, almost halfway.
In second place is Adisu Chala, the 18-year-old making his debut. He's having a fabulous run, trying to go with the leader, Kejelcha, but the gaps are widening now. This is super fast.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
But the problem is that those first 2 kilometers average out at 2:36. We need 2:34 per kilometer, so they're 4 seconds outside world record tempo at the moment.
If you keep, just a pace like this, you can catch it. We don't need to worry about, the time if Kejelcha keep, the...
Well, Kejelcha leading at the moment, and he's building a gap. He's been great for over 10 years. He won plenty of age group titles, loves his movies and music, relaxing music and spending time with his family. He's a very ordinary guy in some ways.
Oh, this is go! Grabs the lead off the turn. It was already the best field in history.
Yomif Kejelcha then has forged a gap of some 30 meters or so on his pursuers as he reaches 3K in 7:45. 7:45 at 3K, that was a 2:34. Now he needs to be averaging 2:34 to get down to 12:50. The world record is 12:49. He's got 2K to go, Haile.
Yeah.
How do you think about it?
Yeah, well, it's very difficult to say in this stage. If he keeps, just this pace, he's not that far from the world record. But now he's 7 seconds shy, from the world record. But you see, no one helps this athlete. Only himself.
It's tough when you're on your own like
very
this.
Tough, very tough.
We know the wind is still here. We're sitting up at this balcony. We can feel the wind quite strongly. It's cool.
Exactly. No matter what, just he can run, under almost under 18 minutes, and
well, they're chasing hard. Yomif Kejelcha has got a winning lead. There's no doubt about that. He's got, about 3 minutes of running, 3.5 minutes of running to come. But he needs to dig deep here because that threat from behind, is he closing in second place?
Yeah, what I can see, here, as you said, just Balau is moving fast, on this stage.
Birhanu is chasing hard in second place and closing on Yomif Kejelcha. He's got a man in his sights, the Bahrainian, the former Ethiopian, 6th in the Olympic 5,000 back in 2021. He's in fabulous shape. Back in February, just a couple of months ago, he ran 7:33 indoors for 5,000, for 3,000 in Liévin, France. He was 4th here last year in 13:07, but that's telling. He looked over his shoulder, so he's worried about what's behind
from
him.
The one behind. Of course, he accepts, Yomif win. That's why, just to check behind. Otherwise, now. What I see here, Yomif, the pace is a little bit slow. Still in good time. Still.
Well, looking for the 4 kilometer time to come up. It was 7:45 at 3K. 4K should be coming up any second now. But Yomif Kejelcha has the race won, I think. That gap back to Bailu is probably just too big. He's a Manchester City fan, is Birhanu Bailu. If he can race off as well as his team are playing football, he could catch Yomif Kejelcha here at 2:37. That's a little too slow, isn't it?
Little.
But his time at 4K, 10:23, Haile. He just needs to hold his form for this final kilometre. It'll still be quick.
Yeah, it is. I told you, this pace can be, just under 15 minutes, and still we'll see, just what the last part. And now they are in the last part, and Birhanu Balau and Yomif Kejelcha, but Yomif already, just ahead of Birhanu Balau in
Taye Adisu back in third place behind Bailu in second, Kejelcha, who has the lead and surely the win in the bag. Started running in high school, did Kejelcha, following relatives who ran. He runs through the Ethiopian club Oromia Engineering Construction Corps, has done since 2012 when he was 14. Moved to the USA and trained over there in Oregon for 2 or 3 years. But the defending champion looks like he's going to make a successful defence of that title from 12 months ago. He won in 12:53 last year. Is Kejelcha heading for an improvement of that time? The fastest time in the world this year. This is 12:50 from Lille on the 19th of March. The world record is 12:49 by Berhanu Adegawi in Barcelona in December 2021. I think that is now out of reach, but it's been a fabulous run from Kejelcha. Maybe that first kilometre just too quick at 2:32. That could have they could be paying for that now as Kejelcha grits his teeth. Bailu has a target in the background. They have just over a minute of running to come as Kejelcha now negotiates one of the last turns. Those long legs, he's still bouncing well, moving well. This final section as he turns right into the finishing straight. He's got a little left-hand turn to come. Watch the clock, the world record 12:49. That has gone, he's not going to get that. But look at Bailu coming back at him. Kejelcha easing off as he's approaching the line. Does he know he's under threat here? Kejelcha may get caught here, and he is going to be caught, I think. Oh my word, he has been caught. Oh my word. Bailu had a target, he knew what was going on. Kejelcha relaxed, didn't concentrate, lost focus. It was a fantastic run from him, but he is defeated. Can you believe it? Caught in the last 2 metres, probably beaten by 2 centimetres. Boy, oh boy, Birhanu Bailu of Bahrain improves his personal best, unofficially his winning time 13:06. His best time was 13:07 when he was 4th here last year. Wow, and look at that. Kejelcha looked over the wrong shoulder and much too late. Why didn't he have a glance over 10 seconds earlier? You need to know what is going on in a race. Dear oh dear. Well, all credit for Birhanu Bailu for chasing so hard, and maybe just a little bit of that gold dust of Manchester City, his English Football League soccer club, was that gold dust was dusted off on him. The man who moved to Addis at the age of 19 to live with his brother. His brother said, no, go and get a job, stop running, so he went down and slept on the streets. Birhanu Bailu, it's a bit of a fairy tale really, his running career. Moved to Bahrainian nationality in October 2014. And he started running because it was 2 hours for him to get to school, so he ran to school each day. There is the confirmation of the result in that men's 5K. Birhanu Bailu 13:06, Kejelcha the same time.